Life is full of challenges, uncertainties, and trials that can feel like fierce storms. Just when we think we've weathered one storm, another seems to appear out of nowhere. These moments are often difficult, painful, and can leave us questioning why we're being tested. But what if these storms are not meant to destroy us? What if they're part of a greater plan, a plan to purify, strengthen, and guide us to a better path? In Islam, we are reminded that every hardship, every storm that we face in life is not random or meaningless. It is part of Allah's divine wisdom. Allah, in His infinite mercy, has a purpose behind every trial we encounter. He does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear, and every storm we experience is, in fact, a chance for us to grow, learn, and come closer to Him. It's a process of purification, removing the impurities of our hearts, minds, and actions so we can emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with His guidance. This topic, storms that come only to clear your path, will help you understand that the struggles you face are not just obstacles. They are stepping stones that lead you toward a better version of yourself, a more fulfilled life, and a deeper connection with your Creator. The storms are not there to break you, but to clear your path for the greater things that lie ahead. The key is to look beyond the clouds, to trust in Allah's plan, and to recognize that sometimes it is only through the toughest trials that we find clarity, direction, and a path to peace. So, if you're going through a storm in your life right now, remember, there is always a silver lining. Allah's plan is better than any plan we could ever imagine, and every challenge is part of that divine strategy. The path might seem unclear in the moment, but the storm is only there to clear the way for something greater ahead. 1. Trials are part of Allah's plan. In life, it is easy to forget that the trials we face are not random events, but rather part of a greater, divine plan. Allah, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, has designed each moment of our lives, including the hardships we go through. While we may not always understand why we experience certain struggles, Islam teaches us that these trials are not only part of our journey, but also a test from Allah. They are meant to help us grow in faith, character, and perseverance. Understanding this truth can transform our perspective, allowing us to embrace trials as opportunities for spiritual and personal growth. Allah is the ultimate planner, and His wisdom is beyond our comprehension. The challenges and obstacles we face in life are not punishments, but rather divine tests designed to purify our hearts and strengthen our resolve. When we understand that every trial is a part of Allah's plan, we begin to look at our struggles in a new light. Instead of seeing them as burdens, we begin to see them as opportunities to seek closeness to Allah. It is through these trials that we are purified, just as gold is refined through fire. Allah tests us with hardships to see how we will respond. Will we turn to Him in trust and patience, or will we falter under the pressure? In life, we often wish for a smooth, worry-free existence. We long for the ease and comfort that we see in others. However, it is important to remember that ease without challenges would not allow us to grow. If we were never tested, we would not learn the strength and resilience needed to navigate life. Trials are the means by which we are shaped into the individuals we are meant to become. They help us build patience, reliance on Allah, and empathy for others who are struggling. Additionally, trials are part of the process of spiritual purification. When we face difficulties, we turn to Allah in prayer, seeking His mercy and guidance. This process purifies our hearts, removing arrogance, selfishness, and attachment to the material world. In times of hardship, we are reminded of the temporary nature of this world and the eternal rewards of the hereafter. These challenges help us detach from worldly desires and refocus on what truly matters, our relationship with Allah and our ultimate goal of achieving paradise. It is also in the face of trials that we experience the true power of Allah's mercy and forgiveness. When we are struggling, We realize our dependence on Him, and we seek His forgiveness for our shortcomings. Every trial we face is an opportunity to strengthen our relationship with Allah. In times of ease, we may become complacent, but when we go through struggles, we are forced to turn to Allah for help and guidance. Trials challenge us to grow, to deepen our faith, and to become better individuals. They are not there to harm us, but to purify us, making us more humble, compassionate, and resilient. So, the next time you find yourself facing a storm, remember that it is part of Allah's plan. Rather than despair, embrace the trial with patience, trust, and gratitude. Know that Allah is always with you, and that this challenge, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity for you to grow closer to Him and become a stronger, better version of yourself. Embrace the trial, seek Allah's help, and trust that He will guide you through to something better. The storm is not the end. It is only the beginning of a clearer, brighter path ahead. 2. The benefits of facing storms. When we think of storms, we often envision destruction, chaos, and damage. We see only the mess they leave behind, the broken trees, the flooded roads, and the wreckage. However, in life, the storms we face are not just about destruction. They also bring significant benefits. They purify our hearts, strengthen our resolve, and help us build a deeper connection with Allah. These trials that seem unbearable at first are, in reality, the catalysts for growth, self-discovery, and transformation. In Islam, we are taught that every difficulty has a hidden benefit, even if we cannot immediately see it. One of the first benefits of facing life's storms is the purification of our soul. Just as a storm cleanses the earth by washing away dirt and impurities, the hardships we face wash away our sins and bad habits. Moreover, facing storms in life strengthens our faith. It's easy to be content and rely on Allah when everything is going well. But when life gets tough, when we are faced with challenges that seem impossible to overcome, that is when our faith is truly tested. In those moments, we are forced to rely on Allah's guidance and trust in His plan. We learn to submit to His will and to have patience, knowing that He is in control of all things. Another benefit of facing storms is the growth of resilience. Each trial we face equips us with the tools and strength to handle future challenges. It is through our struggles that we learn to be strong, both mentally and spiritually. Just as a tree becomes stronger when its roots are tested by strong winds, we become more resilient when our faith and character are tested by life's challenges. These experiences build our endurance and help us weather future storms with greater courage and confidence. Resilience also helps us in dealing with life's uncertainties. In Islam, we are taught that everything in life is temporary and that nothing is permanent except Allah. The knowledge that our trials will pass eventually helps us stay focused on the bigger picture. It helps us keep our eyes on the eternal reward of the hereafter, knowing that whatever difficulties we face in this world will eventually be rewarded by Allah. Facing storms also teaches us gratitude. When everything is going well, it's easy to take Allah's blessings for granted. However, it is when we experience difficulty that we truly learn to appreciate the ease that we once had. It is through our struggles that we develop a sense of gratitude for the small things in life, the good health we often overlook, the food we eat, and the loved ones around us. Every storm we face opens our eyes to the blessings that are often hidden in plain sight. Gratitude becomes the key to finding peace in the midst of life's chaos. In addition to purification, strength, resilience, and gratitude, facing storms brings us closer to the community around us. When we struggle, we turn to others for support. We share our burdens with family, friends, and fellow Muslims. These shared experiences create bonds of empathy, compassion, and mutual support. We begin to understand that we are not alone in our struggles. Everyone faces difficulties, and by supporting one another, we build a stronger, more united community. While storms can be difficult and painful, they bring with them countless benefits. They purify our hearts, strengthen our faith, build resilience, teach gratitude, and bring us closer to our community and to Allah. It is through these trials that we grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. So, the next time you face a storm in your life, remember that it is not a punishment, but a blessing in disguise. Trust in Allah's wisdom, remain patient, and know that the benefits of facing these storms will far outweigh the difficulties. 3. How to face life's storms. Facing life's storms can seem overwhelming. We often feel powerless when challenges arise, and it's easy to fall into despair or frustration. However, Islam provides us with a blueprint for navigating life's difficulties with grace, patience, and faith. Instead of succumbing to the chaos, we are encouraged to face life's trials with trust in Allah, a positive mindset, and a sense of inner strength. In moments of hardship, we must remember that every storm is a test, and how we respond to it is a reflection of our faith. The Qur'an and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, offer clear guidance on how to weather life's storms and emerge stronger, wiser, and more connected to Allah. One of the most important steps in facing life's storms is having absolute faith in Allah's plan. When we find ourselves in the middle of a crisis, it's crucial to remind ourselves that everything happens for a reason, even if we cannot immediately understand it. Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the best planner. His plan for us is always better than what we may have imagined for ourselves. The third step in facing life's storms is seeking support from others. While it is important to rely on Allah, it is also crucial to seek help and comfort from family, friends, and fellow Muslims. We are not meant to go through life's challenges alone. Islam encourages us to maintain strong bonds of community and to support one another during difficult times. Moreover, in facing life's storms, we should remind ourselves of the importance of gratitude. It's easy to focus on what we lack during difficult times, but it is essential to remain thankful for the blessings that we still have. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is wrong to what is right, helping us find peace even in the midst of adversity. Another important aspect of facing life's challenges is maintaining a positive mindset. While it may seem difficult to stay optimistic during a storm, keeping a positive outlook can have a significant impact on our ability to endure. Facing life's storms requires faith, patience, gratitude, community support, and a positive mindset. By embracing these principles, we can weather any storm with strength and resilience, trusting that Allah's plan for us is always for the best. Remember that every trial is an opportunity for growth, and with every storm comes the promise of ease. By turning to Allah in prayer and seeking support from those around us, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence, knowing that Allah is always by our side. 4. Allah's help. During difficult times. When life gets tough, when the storm seems unrelenting and there seems to be no way out, it is easy to feel helpless and lost. But for a Muslim, there is always hope, because Allah's help is always near. No matter how dire the situation may appear, Allah is never far from His servants. He is the best of helpers, and He promises that He will always be there for us, especially in our times of need. In fact, difficult times are when we are most likely to experience His mercy and support. When we turn to Allah with a sincere heart, He responds to us with His infinite wisdom, mercy, and kindness. Prayer is our direct connection to Allah, and through it, we can ask for His assistance, express our concerns, and seek His guidance. When we are overwhelmed, prayer provides us with the comfort of knowing that we are placing our worries in the hands of the One who is in control of everything. Through prayer, Allah fills our hearts with peace and strengthens our resolve to face the trials ahead. Another source of Allah's help during difficult times is the support of our fellow Muslims. Allah encourages us to support each other through life's challenges. and the Muslim community is meant to be a source of comfort, guidance, and encouragement. Facing difficulties is an inevitable part of life. However, as Muslims, we are blessed with the assurance that Allah's help is always near. We should place our trust in Allah, seek His assistance through prayer, maintain our faith, and remember that He is with us at all times. Allah's help may come in various forms, through patience, prayer, the support of others, guidance, or His infinite mercy. By turning to Allah and relying on Him, we can find peace, strength, and the assurance that no matter how hard the storm may be, Allah's help will always be there to guide us through it. As we've learned, the storms in our lives are not meant to defeat us, but to purify, strengthen, and guide us towards a better future. Trust in Allah's plan, knowing that every trial is part of His divine wisdom. The hardships may be tough, but they are only temporary, and through them, we are being prepared for something far greater. So, the next time you face a storm in your life, remember, it's not there to break you, but to clear your path for the blessings and peace that await you. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Deen Xplorers for more uplifting content. Stay strong, stay patient, and trust in Allah's perfect timing.